What is up, everyone? My name is Mr. J, and today I'm bringing you a Digimon deck profile. So at the time of this recording, BT12 is in about 2 weeks, but I've been playtesting with this deck. I've been tinkering with it, making the changes to make sure it's, efficient, optimal. Since Greymon X went to 1, you had to change the deck a bit. So this is not a cookie cutter list. If you want a cookie cutter list for the WarGreymon BT12, head over to some other DigiTuber. I'm going to show you what I play tested with and what I like. So if you have an open mind, stay tuned to see the choices. So let's get into the deck profile. We're gonna start off with 4 copies of the BT5 WarGreymon. That is, when attacking, if it has Omnimon or Greymon in the name, draw 1 card. Why this one? Because the new BT12 WarGreymon can already reach an obscene amount of DP. So you don't really need it. I do like the draw power that this offers, right? Just the consistency. Red has always been infamous for not drawing, cards. So having the extra draw every single turn when you attack, because you are attacking in the deck, is really nice. Let's move on to the rookies. We have 4 copies of the OG Agumon. When this Digimon has Greymon in its name, gain 2k DP on your turn. You'll see that we have, like I said, we have a lot of DP buffs, and you'll see the strategy. I will show a mini combo video at the end so you guys are familiar with the playstyle. 4 of these bad boys. Next up, we have 4 copies of the Agumon X antibody. So again, you guys already know what this one does. No introduction. I'm not going to go over the effect. Just Greymon and X antibody add to your hand. The new one I do want to talk about, however, is the new Agumon. So this Agumon is on play, reveal top 4 cards of your deck. You get to add 1 card with Greymon in its name and 1 Omnimon. Or one card with Greymon or Omnimon in name, but also very crucial, you get to add 1 card with Tai Kamiya in its name. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't matter if it's a white Tai Kamiya, black Tai Kamiya, whatever, dual color, it'll add any card, any Tamer card with Tai Kamiya in the name. Very important. But yeah, this is all I'm playing. Very rare do I play 12 rookies in a build like this, but with mulligans, I feel a little bit more comfortable with 12. Some people will probably, with mulligans, will drop it down to 11. I'm not doing that. No way. No way. Moving on, we have 4 copies of, oh, there's a little bit of glare there. 4 copies of the BT5 Greymon. That's when digivolving. If it has Agumon in its sources, you gain a memory. So sometimes it's for 1 cost. And again, you're like, what the heck, what's going on? So hold on, we're gonna continue with the level 4s. We have 4 copies of Greymon X antibody, and let me just finish off. 2 copies of the new Greymon, and then 1 copy of Greymon X that is now limited to 1. So why 4 Greymon X antibody? This one's limited. So sometimes you really need the protection nowadays. This is really good. So even if you don't digivolve on top of level 4, as long as you have 2 level 3s, 2 level 5s, you still have access to the protection from Greymon X. And he's really good. When we get into the combo section, you'll see what I mean. But you really want 4 copies just because you want your dude to survive, your big stack. The Greymon X antibody, it's obviously you can't rely on it and X antibody anymore to save your stack. And we're not playing black base. So you can't rely on Agumon X antibody to protect your stack either. The new thing is, as I was testing this deck, the Greymon, it's really nice. If you don't have a card with Tai Kamiya in its name, you may play 1 Tamer with Tai Kamiya in a name from your hand without paying memory costs. The problem is that sometimes you would already have a Tai Kamiya in hand, and this is only when digivolving. So sometimes you would want to build in the raising area, and then at that point it's just a vanilla that's getting you all turns while this Digimon has Greymon or Omnimon in its name, gain 1k. That's also the Agumon effect. I didn't go over the inheritable. I don't like it. Most of the time you're building in the raising area because it's very dangerous, right? To promote, especially nowadays in Digimon. So a lot of times it's just a vanilla. In that case, I would rather play this one just for the combo that I'll show you later. Moving on, we do have 4 copies of the new Greymon. So this Metal Greymon it does have the raid ability, just like Grizzlymon, Grappleomon, Marsmon in the last set. So rate again, when this Digimon attacks, you may switch the attack target to one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon with the highest DP. So you could swing at the player and then activate the raid effect to redirect the attack to the highest unsuspended Digimon. And then all turns, once per turn, when this Digimon attack target is switched, when a Digimon, so it doesn't have to be this Digimon. Is it all turns? Yo, that's crazy. Okay, I didn't even read that before. I know. On your opponent interaction in Digimon is crazy, but it does happen. So all turns once per turn when a Digimon's attack target is switched, you may play one black or red Tamer with a play cost of 4 or less from your hand without pay memory cost. So you could play a Tamer on both turns, on your turn and your opponent's turn, if you redirect an attack. Really good. A lot of the time, this is your main level 5. I can see now why they limited Greymon X antibody, because this one digivolves on top of Metal Greymon. Digimon digivolve 3 from a level 4 if the name contains Greymon in name. So a lot of times this would be a 1 to digivolve only, a 1 to digivolve. Yeah, that's pretty busted. And then this would raid into your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. It was gross. I can only imagine in Japan what that was like. Then I am running, here's the deviation for most lists. Well, the deviation here was, I didn't even go over it. The deviation is the lineup from Greymons, but also the level 5s. So I'm running 4 copies of the Metal Greymon from BT11. A new camera setup, guys, so I'm just showing you why this one. I hate being de-digivolved. I hate being de-digivolved. I hate being DP reduced. This one is really nice because of the inheritable effect. When a Digimon with the Greymon in its name or Omnimon in its name unsuspends, trash your opponent's security. Best way to remove security is by trashing it. So I like the control aspect. So why not Metal Greymon X antibody from BT9? Well, I hate when you don't have this one, because most of the time, usually you will digivolve this one first and then Metal Greymon X antibody from BT9. I don't like that because at that point, the X9, the one from BT9 is kind of like a vanilla. This one, the protection and then the control it offers, I really like. So if you guys know me, I love being control-y. I love control-y decks. If I wanted to play an OTK style deck, I would just play Grandis or like, what is it, Garuru X, right? I'm not trying to play an OTK deck. That's why I'm not running like the Greymon with the Sec +1. But let's just talk about that now. Yeah. No, actually, no, we'll save it because like I said, for the combos, you'll understand why I'm not running any copies of the Greymon Sec +1 inheritable. This is my level 5 lineup, however, and you'll see how it works. For our megas, we are running 3 copies of WarGreymon from BT12. And then, so not 4 copies because sometimes you do want a secondary mega that I'll show you in a bit. But this WarGreymon is really good because, oh, let me see if I can show you guys on camera. This WarGreymon is really good because it also has the raid ability. And then when digivolving, this Digimon gains +3 KDP and then reboot until the end of your opponent's turn. So really nice. And then when a Digimon attack target is switched, unsuspend this Digimon. A lot of people don't know just yet. I'm sure they know in Japan. But if he has blocker and he's unsuspended, here's what you could do. I'm sorry for the glare, guys. You could, if your opponent attacks with like, say a Shoutmon, you could redirect the attack, block it. Since the attack target was switched, you will unsuspend and amazing. That means he can block twice. So you see where this comes in with the Metal Greymon X antibody, because when it has this inheritable, they'll swing at security, you'll block it, unsuspend, and then since a Digimon with Greymon in its name was unsuspended, trash security. Really good. I like that interaction on your opponent's turn. Yeah, it's so gross. When you play this deck, it's so gross. I feel like it's so gross, but I love the control aspect of it. And then we are running 3 copies of Gaiomon. And you're like, yo, what is going on? 3 copies of Gaiomon? You know what? Let me just go into the megas right now. So, I mean, to my Tamers. To justify my Gaiomon, you have to see my Tamers. So for my Tamers, for my memory setters, I am running 2 copies of Tai Kamiya, the OG Tai Kamiya, 1 copy of Yuya Kuga, and then 4 copies of the new Tai. So this new Tai is really important because it gives, on the start of your main phase or on play, one of your Digimon with Agumon or Greymon in its name gets 1 KDP, and reboot, or I mean in blocker, if it gave reboot, that'd be crazy. It gives blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. So it's really nice. It's a combination of the old Tai, right? Because it gave +1 KDP on your opponent's turn, but this one is both turns. And blocker. The other thing is when one of your Digimon would Digivolve into Greymon or Omnimon in his name, by suspending this Tamer, gain 1 memory. This is a lot better than, say, Nokia, because Nokia reduces Digivolution, but this one, let's just say, if you Digivolve into Greymon X Antibody, like say you have Greymon in the field here, Digivolve on top, you have the Tai on the field, you could suspend Tai and then gain the memory. So you would Digivolve for free and then suspend Tai and you would actually gain a memory. That's really broken, really busted. I like that interaction. So 4 copies, I was very greedy. At first I was running it at 2 copies, this Tai Kamiya. And then I saw B-Boy Stunna. I saw his practice matches with with this deck in particular. And yeah, Tai Kamiya at 4 copies. I don't know why people are running it at 2 copies. This is a really good card. The Yuya does come up because of the protection from option cards, plus the 2 KDP. Anytime you Digivolve on top of if you Digivolve into a Greymon in name, you get +2 KDP. And if it's the same level Digimon, again, you are protected from options. Really nice. I would like it to bump it up at 2 copies, but we are playing the two Kai. Let me take a break. I'm speaking too fast. I am running 2 copies of the Tai Kamiya because we're not running the Sec +1 inheritable Greymon, right? So I think you are forced to play this just because you do want to add a bit of speed. That is the best Tai Kamiya to play off the level 5. So again, why Gaiomon? If you play WarGreymon X Antibody, it does not synergize with this card. This one gives a blocker. If you are playing WarGreymon X, then you are swinging into security and it's not going to reboot on the following turn. So it does not play well with the Tai Kamiya. Why don't I play Black WarGreymon X Antibody? Because Black WarGreymon X Antibody needs Black WarGreymon in the sources or X Antibody in the sources to fully utilize Black WarGreymon X Antibody. So you want to reboot, you have blocker on your opponent's turn, you want a big beefy level 6, who better than Gaiomon? So Gaiomon here, again, security attack +1, has reboot. It is treated as having Greymon in its name, so it's searchable. It gains all the effects from the whole thing. And then I really like that you will always have a black source. Most of the time you'll have the black source to be Digivolve, and then one of your opponent's Digimon, and then you also have Blitz. A lot of the times he's not Digivolving for 5 cost. The point is, yeah, Gaiomon, you don't need anything else. He gets all his effects just by the colors, and you'll always have both colors. The other thing is with Tai Kamiya, a lot of the times the Gaiomon is not 4 costs, or 5 costs. Sometimes he's 4 costs. Sometimes he's even 3 to Digivolve, which is insane. It's crazy. But anyways, let's get on to the option cards. For the options, I'm running 2 copies of Red Memory Boost, 2 copies of Hades Force, and 2 copies of X Antibody. So these are my choices. No Omnimons. I was testing Omnimons. I didn't like them because they were bricks in hands, and they were bricks in my hand. And they just felt like win more cards. I'll be honest with you. Just felt, at that point, you were already winning the game. Like sometimes the Omnimons would just be closers, which is nice. If you want closers, that's great. Closers, that's great. But as you notice, there's more control. There's more a control deck. So 2 copies of Red Memory Boost. These used to be the Omnimons, and I changed them for the Red Memory Boost, and I love them. I love them. If I could maybe drop a Hades Force and 3 Red Memory Boosts, great. Because once you have that 1 stack, you pretty much can like just steamroll your opponent. But 2 copies of Red Memory Boost, I approve. 2 copies of Hades Force. This used to be 1 copy of Hades Force, but since there's so many Crossheart players, there's going to be the Hunter players, this format, All Force is still going to be a thing because All Force got the, you know, the support. Just for Tamer relying decks, the Hades Force works wonders. Of course, it's only a 5 cost if you have X Antibody in the stack, but even playing it for 7, guys, like, look, WarGreymon is 12 cost. You could delete like 3 Tamers. The Gaiomon is 13 play costs. Again, 3 Tamers. And then obviously you could delete a lot more Tamers if you're going against Crossheart, because Crossheart Tamers are less play cost. The X Antibody, you don't need it as much. The other thing is, before I was running more copies of X Antibody. Like I think it was 4 copies of X Antibody, and then just 1 copy of Hades Force, and then 1 copy of the Omnimon. And that's because I was running the Metal Gray X Antibody from BT9. Like I said, I don't like that Digimon because it's heavily relying on the X Antibody card. So I dropped it down. I don't regret it. I don't miss it. Maybe I'll change it in the future. But like I said, I really like the control aspect of the Metal Greymon X Antibody from BT11. But anyways, guys, that's the deck profile. Let's jump into the combo section so you can see some of the combos. All right, so this combo tutorial, I'm not in any particular order. I didn't write these down. Like, I probably should have like wrote these down to show you guys, but just off the top of my head from playtesting, this is what I know. So of course you want to stay in raising area most of the time, right? Say your opponent plays a rookie, leaves you at 3, Digivolve into the Agumon, draw your card. If you want, you can go into Agumon X Antibody here, because most of the time you're going to stay in raising area. But the ideal stack is to Digivolve there, and then you would Digivolve into Greymon. Most likely this Greymon is the one you want because you want the DP buff. So if you had the old Agumon, that'd actually be really good to have it under. And then ideally you would have the protection here. And then Digivolve up into the stack here, like that. This is your ideal stack. You want the DP buff off the Metal Greymon. Your opponent most likely at this point will have like a level 5 on board. If they have a level 6, that's a really fast deck. Usually they'll have a level 5. Next turn, you could go here. You could promote. So this is the first combo string, right? Here, this Metal Greymon, when it raids, when it switches the attack target, it will play a black Tamer or a red Tamer. It doesn't have to be Taikamiya in name. So you could play Yuya, you could play Taikamiya, or you could play the new Taikamiya. Ideally, let's just say you are Digivolving into Taikamiya. I mean, you're playing the Taikamiya. So you raid, you draw your card off Koromon because you're running Koromon. This Metal Greymon is at 8k because it's Agumon, and 10k because of the Greymon. So, raid effect, when the attack target is switched, play a Tamer for free, and then that's it. So you swung over an opponent's Digimon. From there, there are a few things you can do. Ideally, what you want to do is go ahead and Digivolve into Metal Greymon X Antibody for 1 memory, but draw, suspend your tie to gain the memory back so it was free. And then you would Digivolve up into WarGreymon X. Just WarGreymon for 3 costs. Draw your card. This is your stack. It'll reboot on your opponent's turn because it has, when Digivolving, it gains reboot plus 3k. Since it unsuspended, I guess we could do this now. Since it unsuspended, it'll trash the top card of your opponent's security. Really good, really nice. That's one line of play, right? If you want to be more aggressive, here's a different line of play you could do. So let's just say that for some reason you already have the Taikami on board. You have the Metal Gray in the back. This is just one line of play. I'm just showing you what the deck is capable of. So your opponent left you at 1 memory, promote your stack. Let's just say you have, yeah, you could do this the other way too. So let's just say you have X Antibody in the case. This is why I run the Gaiomon. So this is my justification for Gaiomon. So right here, your opponent has a level 6 on board. You promoted your stack. You have a Taikami on board. Slip X Antibody under here. You're going to go ahead and declare the attack. So you're going to swing into the opposing, like Black WarGreymon X, for example. Swing into the opposing black WarGreymon, X antibody, X antibody effect. Well, first of all, Koromon, draw your card. Metal Greymon. Oh yeah, it's so good. Look, yeah, let's just try that again. Metal Greymon, ability, raid to redirect, draw a card off Koromon, then you use Metal Greymon effect, most likely play, let's just say Yuya. You play Yuya. X antibody effect when attacking, Digivolve into Gaiomon for 5, draw, Tai Kamiya. It'll be a 3 cost, tap Yuya to give it plus 2k. So now your Gaiomon is still swinging at your opponent's unsuspended Digimon because the raid ability is still active. So it's going to be for 13, 15, 16, 18, 19k. 19k into your opponent's Digimon, and then it'll reboot. It won't be at 19k anymore. I think it'll actually be at 15, like 13, 15, 16k. No trashing because we don't have the Metal Greymon X antibody. But now you have a big, beefy blocker with protection because, again, usually you want to have the Greymon X antibody under here for the added protection. If not, if you were lucky enough to get the Yuya, that's also really nice. So that's a different play you can do. So let's try that again. Yeah, but there's so many different plays. This is, like I said, though, this is the ideal stack. Let's try a different one. Again, this one enables all your plays. All right, so let's do another combo. Again, just an Agumon in the raising area. And let's just say, let's just do this situation. You have a Tai Kamiya back here. Your opponent leaves you at 2 memory. It's not bad. We'll do this. Let's just say, let's do this. Promote. Go into Greymon for 1 cost, but you can tap the Tai to go back to 1. So that was a free to Digivolve level 4, by the way, with the Tai Kamiya. Go into Greymon X. And then if you want, you could go into Metal Greymon, pass over. It would have protection, which is why I do it. The one I wanted to show off, though, is when your opponent leaves you at 2 memory and you have this Greymon in the raising area. So promote your stack. He left you at 2. Go into Greymon X, draw your card. Since you Digivolve into Digimon Greymon in his name, tap Tai to go to 3 memory. Go into Metal Grey to go to 0. The Metal Greymon can then raid. Raid into your opponent's Digimon, draw a card off Koromon. It would play another Tai Kamiya. And then you could Digivolve into Metal Greymon X antibody for 1. Tap it to go back to 0. Now it has protection from DP reduction against deletion. You name it, the boy has protection. Except from Chaos Degradation, I guess. And then from the new Hunter deck, because the new Hunter deck also tucks Tamers under. And then go here, Digivolve, unsuspend, trash your opponent's security. Not bad. The one I did want to show off, though, is sometimes when you're at 3 memory, let's just say it was a long game. You already have my boy out. You have these 2 Tamers. You could easily go into your level 5. So promote. Go into Greymon here for 1 memory, tap Tai to go back to 3. Go into Greymon X antibody. Ideally, go into Metal Grey. Swing at your opponent's security or raid. Activate the raid ability. Play another Tamer. Go here, draw, suspend Yuya to gain an extra 2k, and it'll be a 17k, 18k blocker on your opponent's turn. It's so gross. It's so gross. But I think those are the only 2 combos I wanted to show you guys. I'm just like I said, I'm just showing some of the little niche combos. With the X antibody, like I said, it does open up a lot of plays because with the X antibody, you can go into Gaiomon. You could still get the BT8 Metal Greymon swing out unsuspended Digimon effect, basically, right? So the Gaiomon's really good. I still really like Gaiomon. I don't think I'm going to change it. I know people are running the WarGrey X, like B-Boy Stunna was running, like he was running the WarGrey X. I'm not gonna do it. It's not gonna happen. I don't think it goes with the deck because again, this is so powerful. This Tai Kamiya is so powerful, and the Yuya is really nice too. The last thing I want to talk about is you have to remember this is still This is still a control deck at heart, but with the raid ability, like this guy is so good. So let's just say you promote, you have a Taikami on board. You don't need anything else technically. If you don't want to raid here, you can just Digivolve, simply Digivolve into my boy here, WarGreymon. He'll gain his abilities right. He'll swing right into your opponent's Digimon, unsuspend since the attack target was switched. Taikami is on the field, get rid of 2. Hades Force here, it doesn't matter, you could just detach 2. Did I just detach the wrong ones? Detach these 2. And then raid again into another opponent's Digimon. Another Hades Force, what the? Oh, obviously it's because I didn't shuffle. Anyways, but yeah, that's why the protection is really important, right? Those security bombs. But my boy here, let's just say it wasn't that. He's swinging for a lot of checks, is what I'm trying to say. It's really hard to delete this guy in battle because of the when digivolving effect. So these 2 materials were under. Yeah, but that's why I run the Hades Force, bro. Hades Force is so good. Again, Digivolve here for 0 memory. We had the Taikami on board. Even if your opponent was at 5 security, he does get the raid ability, raid on suspend because attack target was switched. 2 copies, swing again. You get these 2 on board. And it doesn't matter because he does have reboot when Digivolving. And then even if you don't have, like these are in the trash now. Like if you don't have the Taikamiya for some reason, just play the Taikamiya, pass your opponent over 3. It'll reboots and now it has blocker. 15k, 16k here. With it, the piercing doesn't count, it's only your turn. But yeah, really nice. I really like the deck. I cannot wait to play this deck at a tournament level. You guys may be like questioning my decisions here with the Metal Greymon X antibody from BT11, but I promise you, bro, I'm going to take at least 2 locals. That's my goal here. You know what? I'm going for 3. I'm going to win 3 tournaments. It doesn't have to be locals. I'm going to win 3 tournaments with this BT12 WarGreymon deck. Mark my words. That's my goal for BT12. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that deck profile. Let me know if you guys are just doing more traditional lists. I don't mind traditional lists, it's fine. You know, whatever works for you. What I like about Digimon, again, is just the choices. You building decks, putting in your text, what you think is great. You know, you build it your own way. That's what I love about Digimon. Amazing, amazing fucking game. Anyways, stay tuned for the BT12 content because it is coming to the channel. With that being said, hit that like button if you liked the video. It did take a while to make, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Let me know in the comment section down below, again, what do you think about it now that the Greymon X antibody is limited. But yes, let's cut it there. Thank you all for watching. My name is Mr. J, and I will see you all next time.